Good morning and welcome to TipRanks News Bites. I'm Ari Gutman. Today is Tuesday, August 2nd, and here are our top news bites. The stock market is edging even lower after a dismal first day of trading in the month of August. Tensions between the United States and China are heating up as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is expected to make a trip to Taiwan. Now, in more stock-specific news, a large-scale pension just sold multiple tech stocks in order to double down on Apple. And finally, as for our breaking TipRanks insider news, you are not going to want to miss the recent insider activity, whereas a $42 million purchase worth of shares was just made on a pharmaceutical play. Be sure to stick with me through and through to the very end of today's segment to find out more. After one momentous ending to July, the stock market found itself losing steam concluding the day yesterday, with the Dow sliding by 0.14%, the Nasdaq down by 0.18%, and the S&P down by 0.28%. Now, stock market futures across composites are continuing to lose that very steam it had built up, with futures on the decline. Now, 7 sectors were in the red, with the energy sector front and center of those losses. Investors believe that we are once again experiencing a bear market bounce. So if you're planning on trading and looking to catch that upward swing, just be sure to remain aware of all the economic conditions and, of course, remain prudent as you do your due diligence right here with us on TipRanks. On a geopolitical front, tensions between the United States and China are heating up as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's travel plans were recently made public, with Singapore, Malaysia, South Korea, and Japan all on the travel agenda. But it's the expected visit to Taiwan today that's sparking all of the controversy. Now, the Chinese view Taiwan as their own province, though it is in fact a self-governing island. Therefore, China has repeatedly stated that Pelosi's visit would be unacceptable, and since the initial announcement, they've been conducting military exercises in the South China Sea. However, the United States National Security Council insists that Pelosi does in fact have the right to visit Taiwan, and given the country is a player in the semiconductor game, Pelosi is likely to move forward with her visit, and all of which is coming after talks between President Biden and President Xi of China regarding trade and tariffs. So be sure to keep up the speed with the news, as the market may very well be further impacted later on today. And we're already seeing that Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company shares have been falling, as well as Chinese indexes across the board. In less contentious news, well, perhaps contingent upon who you're asking, the Oregon's Public Employee Retirement Fund, or Oregon's Public Pension, recently made changes regarding some of their pension stock investments. Now get this, the pension saw a reduction in shares of Microsoft, Tesla, and telecom giant AT&T, all to double down on more shares of Apple. 260,000 plus shares were added, which signals not only a belief that Apple is a longer-term tech value opportunity, but perhaps a good time to add it to your personal watch list. After all, the stock is still down roughly by 11% on the year. So if you're thinking of following suit in this pension fund strategy, then make sure you do all your due diligence right on TipRanks. Now, as for our breaking TipRanks insider news, just yesterday, Lexicon Pharmaceuticals had 2 stakeholders in the company purchase over $42 million worth of shares. Lexicon is a biopharmaceutical company that's focused on approaches to gene science to discover and develop medicines for people with chronic diseases. The trades were ultimately executed as the stock has fallen roughly 11% in the last handful of trading days. There's very bullish blogger sentiment, increased hedge fund activity, and analysts are foreseeing growth ahead, with a target share price coming in at $20 per share. So if this stock may be fitting for your personal portfolio, be sure to use all the TipRanks tools to do your due diligence. Tip Rankers, that's our news for today. As far as the market goes, it seems to be experiencing some turbulence, so let me know your take. Are you preparing to jump in on any positions, or are you holding off until more certain times? Simply let me know by leaving a comment or 2 down below. Now, as always, be sure to stay up to date and stay connected for all your economic and financial news right here on TipRanks TV. All the shows you cannot afford to miss. Now, until next time, thank you for tuning in.